Hello people, good evening. Today we're going to be making a waterproof acrylic address sign for the front of your house, apartment, or trailer. These sell up to $150 on Etsy. It is day 4 or night 4 of my 30-day alcohol challenge. I have a playlist that will be linked below. I am taking a break from alcohol for 30 days and doing a maker video every single night. We have 4 videos done. This is the 4th video. I really appreciate your support. If you ever want to start this challenge, but I'm not your dad, please go ahead and start whenever you want. 30 days, alcohol-free, replace it with some other behavior in the evening. I'm choosing to hang out in my garage. Sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's easy, mostly it's different. So here's this address sign that I made for a friend. Last night I couldn't show this because I didn't want to give away his address. But then I remembered I thought of some simple little thing I could do that would prevent it. I'm just going to cover up the first initial. The entire video, I'm never going to show you the first initial of his address. Then you can't go over to his house and hunt him down while he's sitting on his lazy boy playing League of Legends and torment him. So here we go, guys. This is the biggest letter and number I could make on my 19 by 10 inch piece of acrylic that I had. I chose acrylic for this because I'm going to explain to you why it has holes in random places here in a second. It's very important because there was a client with this particular job and I had to make sure that she was very content, or she's going to be content, because I will eventually be cutting this sign using my CNC plasma cutter out of metal. I did a video explaining that last night. I'm not sure how to use that CNC plasma cutter, but I'm going to go ahead and try. So anyways, the reason why that I chose acrylic is I got this acrylic free from the mall dumpster. I'm not kidding you. It was actually next to the dumpster, but it's still a little bit of dumpster diving. So the reason why that I chose acrylic is I have a boatload of it. Well, here's what the downfall of cutting it out of acrylic. I love the product, by the way. It's actually very secure. I did all the laser cut holes that I can mount it with. I'm going to use black screws. The problem is while I'm cutting it smells like absolute bejeebs. I don't even know if that's a word, but the thing is I couldn't stand the smell. So make sure that you have a good exhaust on your Glowforge before you start cutting this. And I realize people are going to say, don't cut PVC or you could die. I understand that. I do everything I can so I don't cut things that will kill me. Okay, so the first thing that I did, this was actually clear. Okay, so this acrylic was clear. I didn't use black. You can buy 1/4 inch black acrylic. I highly suggest you do that. I wouldn't make this out of wood. It is going to warp. So in Illustrator, I laid out the numbers. I then put in this lower bar because I really believed, I wanted it to look very Craftsman and Bauhaus from sort of like the German movement of design. And I said, you know, I want it to look like that, very clean sans serif fonts without serif, without all the doohickey. That's what sans serif means. The sans in Latin means without. You don't need a Latin lesson. And I'm not a professor. So I decided to add these bars on the top and the bottom for a couple different reasons, but let me just be straight up with you. I Googled this and that's what was out there and they looked the best, so I just went ahead and copied it. So I put the bar in the bottom and the top, and I went ahead and laid everything out. Before that I made text to outlines in Illustrator, because remember, Glowforge or laser cutter doesn't accept fonts or typeface or text. Go ahead and send that to your client and make sure they can print it up. Ask them to say, do you mind printing this the size that you want it to be on your house? Now, if you were to put these on Etsy, you would just say, these letters are 4 inches tall. You can have up to this many. If you have a ton of numbers, like there's enough to put a ton of numbers here, then the letters are going to be a little bit smaller, or the numbers are going to be a little bit smaller. Here's the huge tip with this. Make sure before you do anything else, block out the text, block out the bottom text, and send it to your client and just say, this is going to be cut this evening. Could you please go ahead and verify this is what you want? Okay. Now on Etsy, if you're doing that and there's no email or text going back, you're just going to have to trust that you get the right product based on your picture. So put as many examples as possible. So I saw these sold from anywhere between $25 to $150. There is no way I would sell this for $25 because it is just too much headache to go through it for $25. The cheapest I would sell this because of perception of value. People see value in things that you charge for, and your time is really, really critical. So I think this is worth a $40 to around $120. The $150, you could put it up there. You could put a couple different products up there. But what's really cool about it is that you can do it. You can do this on your CNC. You could even do it on your scroll saw. You could probably do it on your obviously your plasma cutter, but I don't know how to use that yet. So I'm looking forward to making these out of metal someday, but right now acrylic was my best decision. So as soon as that was done, I threw this all together. I got the client to approve the final typeface, which I'm linked below. And I actually have this file below too. You just have to type in the numbers and type in the bottom. You have to choose your typeface, but I used Arial for the file that's linked below. But go ahead and block this all out, do text to outlines, and then send it over to your laser cutter. And let your laser cut that out and leave the room and wear a mask. By the way, I have to tell you something. I've started wearing my earplugs because I'm running my laser cutter so much. I actually just listen to music with my earplugs. I actually use these ones right here because they actually will hook up to Bluetooth. These are not as good in terms of really, really loud sounds as these are. There's two products by 3M. These are their industrial ones that they sell at your home goods store, and these ones are way better blocking out sound. These ones kind of suck at blocking out sound. Again, both 3M. So what I do is I wear these, and I wear a little Bluetooth thing inside my ears because I have some ear issues. I have tinnitus. I've talked to you guys in previous videos. I really protect my ears. So I put that on there, but I've been wearing these when I've been running that laser cutter, and I pretty much start to do it almost anything I do. If I'm blowing out the garage, I will put on this headset. These ears I want for a while. I don't care if they're messed up and I hear buzzing all the time. I want my hearing. I love music. I want to hear my grandkids play, so I'm protecting my hearing, man. All right, so once that cut out, I'm going to send this over to the client tomorrow, and let me tell you the final thing, why there's little holes here. Well, when I grab this stuff from the mall out of the dumpster, now I can order this stuff, but it's not available. Ever since COVID struck, the acrylic has been high in demand. So the stuff that's got masking tape on it and everything else that you'd want to give to your client is actually gone. But for this particular situation, I'm painting it black using this Fusion right here. I'm using this Fusion. I chose satin. This is satin black. I would probably go ahead and lightly sand it before I did it because I literally pulled this out of the dumpster, threw it in my laser cutter, and then I went ahead and painted it. But I would take your time and make sure the finish is right. I could even sand this right now with like a 200 or a 300 grit paper, made those numbers up, and I could go ahead and paint it. But I'm pretty happy with the surface as long as I would have done a few little sanding to the individual imperfections. But I'm really happy with this product. So what's going to happen is, since the original acrylic had holes in it, I didn't take the time to align up my camera on the Glowforge, so make sure the holes were there. So this print was around 20 minutes to get this thing done. So next time I'm not going to have holes in it. But you know what I'm going to do? I actually think this client is a little on the finicky side, so I'm going to go ahead and send this one with the holes and said, would you mind just sizing it and to see how it is? Now, of course, if I was doing this for a regular client, it would not have little holes in it. But since this is someone that's close by, I'm going to go ahead and do that. So anyways, that's the video. As far as my update with things, I'm drinking tea in the evening. I'm busier than ever at work. And I'm able to get this video out a little bit sooner. But anyways, it's going well. It's day 4. Technically, it's day 5 with the alcohol-free stuff. but I'm feeling really good. I was sick. This is the best day that I've ever had where I'm not feeling as sick. But anyways, I hope you're doing well. Someone asked me yesterday, I really appreciate them, to say that to put links of all the products that I mentioned. I will do that. I have some feelings about Amazon links. I actually had kind of a little bit of a spending problem during COVID where I had to control myself. I'm not really big on promoting products that people buy on Amazon because I think it's just sort of a rabbit hole with buying other stuff. So if you really want a product, I'll put it in the comments, but I really don't endorse everything that I talk about. I don't have any affiliates, but I will help you out if you need a link. But when I mention something, just Google it. But anyways, that's it. Whatever you do, make something that connects to someone. And if you want to start this challenge, please do so. I probably, if I could leave you with one bit of personal information, is I would have to say there's a lot of social element to drinking. You know, that you kind of think that you need it. Your mind is convinced that you need it for socialization. So for the first weekend of my 30-day challenge is coming up. So I got a Friday and Saturday. I don't know if I'm going to go anywhere. I think I'm going to cook the same thing that I'd cook during the week. But for some reason, I really would like a drink to let me know that the weekend's here. And I won't have that this weekend. I know I'm a little poor piece of crap, but the fact of the matter is I just want to be honest with you. So it'll be a really interesting because I'll be doing these videos on both Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's actually 3 things. I said both. So anyways, take care. Whatever you do, make something that connects someone. I love you. Take care. Bye. Peace out.